Hey guys, John here again from Sonic Drive Studio. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the follow-up or reveal video for the recent blind test in which I compared my real Archon 50 tube amplifier by PRS to the Line 6 Helix, the Fractal Audio XFX3, and the Neural DSP Quad Cortex with the capture function. If you've not seen that initial blind test video, I highly recommend checking that out first, up here or down here. Otherwise, you will spoil all the fun. Come on, let's take some chances and make a true blind guess before we check out the reveal, right? Okay, first, let's take a look at the results and take a look at what you guys guessed and how many times people guessed the right combination and how many times people guessed the wrong combinations and so forth. Now, I'm filming this video right after I filmed my initial blind test video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pinned comment in the comment section down below in which I will post all the results. So go ahead and check that out in the comment section right now before we go on. I'm willing to bet that, as usual, the guesses will be all over the place, but I guess we'll see. Usually, out of all the thousands of people that watch these types of videos, only a small portion makes an actual guess. But I hope that in this case, more people dared to make a real guess. We'll see. Anyway, I hope that was interesting. Okay, so are you guys ready for the real reveal? Are you guys ready for the results? Okay, let's do this. Here we go and enjoy. Very cool, right? So A was the Quad Cortex Capture, B was the XFX3, C was the Line 6 Helix, and D was the real amplifier. Interesting, right? I bet that not many of you saw this combination coming, but there's absolutely no shame in that whatsoever because they all sounded great. Not exactly the same. Sure, there were some subtle differences, definitely, but they did all sound really good. In my opinion, anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the settings that I used for each platform as well as the real amp. So the real amplifier was on the lead channel with the bright switch on, which is a great switch. It just makes it sound a bit more open and clear. The amp was being fed into my Red 7 amplification amp central reactive load as per usual, and then fed into a York Audio impulse response from the MRSH 412 MV30 package, mic mix 01 to be precise, and speaker A. Of course, the guitars were double tracked and panned hard left and hard right. And of course, I used my ESP LTD NW44 guitar. What a killer guitar that is. The preset in the Axe-Fx 3 was very simple, to be honest. I never want the presets in these types of comparisons to be too complex and to go too deep into all the advanced parameters and stuff like that. I think that would be besides the point. So I used the Archaean Bright amp model, of course. Quite similar settings as the real amp, and for the impedance curve, I ended up with the LB2 UK curve, as that sounded pretty darn close. In hindsight, if I had used the LB2 Fractal Audio load box for the real amplifier and the quad Cortex Capture as well, I might have gotten even closer with the Axe-Fx, but honestly, it sounded so good and so close, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. In line 6's Helix native plugin, I used the Archetype lead amp model, which is an awesome sounding amp model as well. I think that this amp model sounded really good. The amp model has a really cool, massive sound going on, something cool in the low end and something very nice to the attack, which I really enjoy in the mix. Also, nothing too crazy in terms of settings. Again, not too far off from the actual amp settings. I did lower the master volume and sag control a little bit though from the default settings to let the amp model breathe a little bit more. On the quad Cortex, I made a capture of the exact same setup as the real amplifier, of course, so also with the Red 7 amp central reactive load. And to make it sound even closer, I did go in and change some of the parameters in the capture just to make it sound a little bit closer to the real amplifier. I lowered the gain a touch, and I think I also raised the treble a bit to make it sound a little bit more bright. Now I know you quad Cortex owners are going to ask me about it, so I've decided to upload this capture to the Cortex Cloud for you guys for free so you guys can play with it as well. Now keep in mind that this is a DI capture, so you're going to have to run a cap block or IR after this capture block. If you've tried the capture for yourself, definitely let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. I'd love to know. Now for the IR loading on the Helix and the quad Cortex Capture, I just used the Libra plugin in my DAW to load the IR. And for the real amplifier and the Axe-Fx, I just used the built-in IR block in the Axe-Fx. But they should sound basically the same. The guitars have basically no post-processing on them, aside from a little low cut and around 70 Hz, just to clear out some sub-lows. Alright, that's all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast making this once again. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. Did you guess correctly? Did you guess wrong? And also let me know how you're enjoying that capture. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, as that really helps the channel out. I'd hugely appreciate that. And of course, you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you guys so much again for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Cheers!